Hey guys, it's Jerry and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about a few things that I want to see in The Sims 4. Most of the stuff I'm talking about I want in The Sims 4, but it also could be in just future Sims games because who knows how long The Sims 4 is going to go for. They said a couple more years, but that was a couple years ago. So it could be in The Sims 4, in The Sims 5, whatever. But today I'm mostly just going to be talking about toddlers and babies, what I want to see for toddlers and babies. And yeah, if you want to see more of these videos, obviously subscribe to my channel. And I would love to do more because I have a whole list of stuff that I want to see. And yeah, so let's just get into the video. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is cribs for toddlers. Now, I'm glad that The Sims 4 has toddler beds because in every other game, it just was cribs, but I think there should be both because not every toddler just, goes from a baby to a bed. They still have cribs up until 2 years old, most likely. So I think it would be nice to have cribs and beds so that when they first age up to a toddler, you could have them in a crib, but then they could transfer to a bed. I just think that would, bring more realism, I guess. But yeah. And also, I'm going to be putting a lot of pictures in because I'm really bad at explaining stuff. So there's going to be a lot of pictures. And also leave comments of your ideas of what you think should be in the game and other ideas. Because I'd love to see what other people think. The next thing is baby swings, play mats, playpens, walkers, exercisers, jumping swings, and regular swings for toddlers and babies. Once again, we have none of this stuff. I think why I don't play with babies because they're objects. There's nothing to do with them. And this is all these ideas are only things that could be added if there's ever a baby update. But there's nothing for even toddlers to do because there's no playpens, there's no, swings, there's nothing really for toddlers to do, other than sit on their tablet or play with toys, and then you got that big play set, which I'm not even going to get into right now. But there just needs to be more. And I think that not all toddlers should be seen as 3-year-olds, because toddlers are 2-year-olds, babies that still use things like swings and, walkers, that kind of stuff. So it'd be good to see that. And also just if we ever get the baby update, baby should obviously be able to use all this stuff. Play mats to put the baby on the floor, playpens so that you don't have to, you can just put the baby in the playpen like in The Sims 3, or you can put the toddler. Walkers, exercisers, all that kind of stuff. It would just be nice, more realism, more things for toddlers to do. My next thing is being able to bathe babies in the sink or the tub with a baby seat. So if we get functional babies, that you could bathe them in the sink. Or you could do it in the tub if you had one of those little baby seats that they could sit in. I think that would be so cute. And also, if you have twins, this is something that I personally think should have just been in the game when they had put toddlers. I don't know how useful this would be to other people, but if you have twins or if you just have more than one toddler, that you can bathe them at the same time. I get maybe having 3 or more, no. But if you have 2 kids, 2 toddlers, why can't you just bathe them together? Because in real life, siblings bathe together all the time when they're little. I don't know. And it's just annoying that I have to spend 4 hours out of my Sims day to just bathe 2 toddlers or whatever. I should just be able to do it at the same time. So that'd be nice. And also baby seats. I guess toddlers could use them. But yeah. Okay, the next thing is something that I kind of don't understand. I guess I understand why it's not in the game, but I've wanted it for so long that it's why has nobody brought this up? But being able to potty train toddlers on real toilets. Because yes, toddlers, in real life, they have the little potty seat. But once they're a little bit older and they're either fully potty trained or almost potty trained, they use the regular toilet. They don't just continue to use the potty seat. So why can't you just potty train them on the real toilet? Because some people do that. And then I also wrote having them step on a stool and then you can buy a potty seat for them to sit on. So it would just be how in The Sims 3, kids would step on stools all the time. Maybe a stool would just appear, the toddler would sit on the toilet, And if the parent or the toddler or whatever had the baby seat in their inventory, then it would just appear. They'd sit on it. And then they would potty train like a regular toddler potty, but it would be on the real one. I don't know. I just think that should be in the game. Or at least that once the toddler's potty trained, that it should be able to just use the regular toilet instead of still using a potty. Okay, the next one is strollers for babies and toddlers. Everybody wants this. You can ride bikes around the neighborhood. You can jog around the neighborhood. Why can't you have a stroller for your toddler or babies in the future? But I also put older siblings could also push the younger siblings around in the stroller. So I think that would be so cute to have, like, you know, maybe the mom and the toddler that's in the stroller is going around, and the older brother that's a kid maybe wants to push it, so the mom just stays behind while the kid pushes the toddler. That would be so cute. You know, more interactions like that, family interactions. The next thing is baby monitors. So I actually don't want them to work how it worked in The Sims 3. So if you didn't play The Sims 3, or maybe you just didn't have this because it came with it was a store content. So basically how it worked was it was just like the speaker monitors that you would put in every room that you wanted them. So that the toddler, I don't think it really worked on babies, it kind of did, but it was mostly for toddlers. They would crawl up to the thing, and then there was multiple interactions that you could have the toddler say. And then if the parent was in the room or in a room with a baby monitor, they would go and take care of the kid. And that was fine. But if you had that placed in the rooms and your toddler was just like out free roaming on the ground and stuff, that's all it would do, is just sit there and talk to the baby monitor. It wouldn't do anything else. It'd just be so annoying, and the Sims would just go and take care of the kid when it didn't need to be taken care of, just because it was talking in the baby monitor. So I wouldn't want it to work like that. Most likely, I would want it to work like the ones that have the camera on them, so that maybe you place it just in the toddler's room or in the playroom or whatever room that the toddler's going to be in most of the time, or the baby. You place like a monitor or a camera or whatever in like on a shelf on the wall, whatever. But then one of the parents walks around with a monitor on, either in her inventory or she holds it or whatever, so that when the baby's crying or whatever, that she would be notified. But it wouldn't be like the toddler could just sit there and annoy it the whole time. It would only be if the toddler's crying or if the baby's crying or whatever, that she would go and respond to it. I think that would be a better approach, especially because now a lot of the times people have baby monitors and they are the camera. They're not really just the ones that make noise. So I think that would be good. And the parent would just walk around with the baby monitor in her hand or in her inventory. The next thing is teaching babies how to walk and talk. Because when you age a toddler up from a baby right now, they kind of already know how to walk. They have like the walking skill, but they already know how to walk. It's not like they're crawling around, they're walking. And you can, technically there's an interaction and teach them how to talk, but once again, they kind of already just talk anyways, and that's fine. But I think if we have the baby update, you should be able to teach the baby how to walk. I liked how it worked in The Sims 3, where you'd like hold it in front of you and then it would walk towards you and stuff, or the walkers, obviously. But I just think that should be in the game if we get a baby update, to teaching the baby how to walk and talk, so that when they turn into toddlers and that the toddler already knows how to walk and kind of already knows how to talk, it's because they learned it as a baby, not just because they grew up and, you know, they just know it already. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about is toys and activities, but it's also about toddlers. I have a whole list of them, but the ones I'm going to be talking about are specifically to toddlers. Some of them overlap between toddlers and kids just because that's kind of how it is. But the first thing I have, well, part of it is just something I want. Above ground pools. Listen, I've probably said this a lot in this video, but I have wanted above ground pools like since I started playing The Sims. Like, why isn't it a thing? Like, we got the little kiddie pools for toddlers, but like, why isn't there just regular, you know, those big blow up pools, or just the regular pools that you put up? Like, that would just, because not everybody has an in-ground pool. I just think above ground pools should be in the game. For the description, I wrote having to put up the pool in the beginning of summer and taking it down in the fall. So I think that it should be like those, like kind of like those school projects that the kids get, where they like start it and then it like builds over time. I think it should be something that you buy in build mode. You can place it wherever you want in your yard, and then like multiple Sims can help put up the pool. And then once it's built, you can fill it, and then you can swim in it, whatever. But then at the beginning of fall, if you have seasons or whenever you want to take it down, you would do the same thing. They would dismantle it, and then you would either leave it there or you would put it in your inventory, your household inventory, whatever. Kind of also like the Christmas tree, how they would build it over time. I also think there should be those kind of pools, but also the blow-up ones that would kind of work the same. And also the ones, because there is some above ground pools that stay up all year round. I think those would be cool to have as well. Another thing I wrote was also more pool options, like teaching toddlers and kids how to swim. That's another thing that just kids are just able to do. They just jump in the pool and they know how to swim. Like that should be something that the parents, or they should be able to go to lessons to be able to learn how to swim. And I think how that should work was like they could teach it. I think it should be like a level system so that you could start it as a toddler or as a kid. If you started as a toddler, there'd be 5 levels, and if you started as a child, there would be 3. If you were a kid starting to learn how to swim and going to lessons, or your parents, level 1 you would have to wear a life jacket. Level 2 you would have to wear floaties, and then at level 3 you were allowed to not wear anything. I think that would make sense. And if you started as a toddler you would have to wear life jackets, those 2 levels, but then as soon as you go to the kid, it would be the same thing. I think that would just be cool, and either the parents or an older sibling could teach you how to swim, or it could be they could send you off to lessons. It would be a rabbit hole. I'm not a huge person that's like, I don't like rabbit holes. I think they're fine. I like to be able to send my sim off to do something while I play with the rest of the sims in my house. I know a lot of people don't, but I think that maybe this should be just a rabbit hole where they'd go for like an hour or 2 hours a couple times a week, maybe on the weekend, to do swimming lessons, and they would gradually level up. The next thing is floaties for babies and toddlers. So I'll put a picture on screen, obviously, of what I'm talking about. But they're like the little ones that you put like kids under 3 in, just for them to be in the pool with you. They maybe don't know how to swim, but you want them to be in the pool. Especially for babies. I think this is just, they could be held by the parents, but they could also be sitting in this, and then the parents watching them while the rest of the kids swim. And then I also wrote, if the toddler doesn't know how to swim, it has to be in one of these or held by another sim. So that if the toddler has got to the highest level as a toddler, they could like swim around kind of like by themselves, not fully. But like here, I was thinking about this interaction, like 2 parents at one end of the pool, like one parent at one end of the pool and the other at the other. And then like one has the toddler, and maybe the toddler has to like swim to the other side of the pool where the parent is, and that would just be so cute to like, maybe that's a teaching part of it, or it's just if the toddler knows how to swim, they can do that. I just think that would be so cute. And also round floaties, so like the round pool floaties and pool noodles should also be in the game, and diving toys. Like I said, to add more activities, more things to do. And also slides, like hello, how are slides not in The Sims 4? I know there's a mod out that puts slides in the game, but why just isn't there slides? Like, I've been playing The Sims 3 recently a lot. I was like, oh, there's slides in The Sims 4. And then I went in The Sims 4 the other day, and there wasn't. And I was like, how isn't there slides? But anyways, I think, obviously there should be slides, but I don't want them to be the same as, like, they were in The Sims 3 and The Sims 2. I think having that base slide is nice, because that's what most, like, in-ground pools have, is the, like, kind of curved slide. I think there should also be other ones for, like, public pools and stuff. Like, maybe ones that go in a circle, like tube ones, kind of. Not the big ones that are at, like, water parks. But, like, you go to your public pool, and they have bigger slides and longer ones and stuff. The next thing is, like I talked about earlier, life jackets and water wings for toddlers and kids. There is water wings for toddlers, but there's not any for kids for some reason. Most of the time, toddlers aren't in water wings. But most of the time you see toddlers at water parks and at pools and stuff, they're in life jackets, not water wings. So I feel like they should just be available for both. Life jackets and water wings for toddlers and kids. Because kids have them too. And the last thing currently on this list, I might end up adding more later, but the last thing I have right now is toddler and baby play sets. Like normal size. That play set thing they gave us in Toddler Stuff Pack, when that came out, I was like, oh my god, this is so cute. I'm going to use this. This is really cool. It's cute, whatever. And then I get it. I'm like, still cool. But I used it like once and then never used it again. The only thing I ever use from that playset is the slide. That's the only thing anyone ever uses. Sometimes, if they have a big backyard or a big room or something, I'll put the ball pit. But barely ever do I use the ball pit or the big thing. And they're just too big. And to actually have the effect of like the toddlers playing pretend, you have to have the huge big one all put together. And there's just no room anywhere for that. Even at like parks and stuff. There's no room for that. Like, what are you even supposed to do with it? There needs to be just normal sized toddler and baby play sets. Like, this one that I'm showing on the screen, my little cousin had one of those. It's perfect size. There's a little swing, there's a slide. You can put the baby in the swing and the toddler would be playing on a slide or playing on, whatever. Like, there just needs to be regular size stuff. In another video, I talk about dollhouses and stuff as well. So that's all I have for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'd obviously love to hear you guys' ideas because I just want this game to be interesting. I want to have life to this game. I want there to be more to this game that is for family simmers because there just isn't anything really. And they keep saying that they don't have family-orientated Sims players and that most of them are not family, but they are. Like, every YouTuber and stuff that I watch or that I know of is a family simmer. So why aren't they putting this content? It's all for young adults and adults. I don't get it. But I want to, see this game grow in a positive way that people are going to like. Love to hear your opinions. I don't think EA is ever going to see this video or these series of videos. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Obviously, like I said, comment your ideas. Subscribe if you want to see more of these videos and my other Sims videos. Go check them out. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, night, whatever it is for you guys. And I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.